to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League, broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight we will see who will join the Wolves in the grand finals. Time for the lower bracket of our Rocket League Rumble. We'll kick off round one between the Stingrays and Hammerheads. Winner go home time for everyone playing here today. I'm host Jacob Palmer, joined by Colin Majunkin to call all of the action for you here today. And so now these teams get only one chance. There's no lower bracket to really speak of, or in this case, they've made it to that point in the tournament where there's no second chance that they can fall back on. Yep. It's going to be win here, or they're going to have to wait until not even next week, because I'm pretty sure next week has the grand finals with it. So it's going to be some time for the teams that lose here. It's going to be some time before they play Rocket League again.
Yeah, no, this definitely a do or do not sort of chance they got here. That was all for last week, right? The mentality's got to shift now. It's got to be different. It's got to change. You got to want it. And we do have some pretty stacked teams, so I'm excited to see how their mentality shifts and what it all gears towards.
Well, let's take a look at the teams here competing today. We have 5 teams competing for this week's winner title. Double elimination bracket teams are seeded based on practice performance. So it is to the point, though, that even though it is a double elimination bracket, they have gotten down to where teams are going to be eliminated. We're in the lower bracket. Wolves still waiting to see who they are going to face in the grand finals. And our first match is the Stingrays and Hammerheads to decide who will move up to the Barracudas and then over to the Lynxes in the lower bracket finals. As we get ready to start the first match, we want to remind our friends on Twitch to support your team, celebrate their successes, but also be respectful to other fans. Mods will move anyone who violates chat rules. And of course, for all of these teams here competing, because this is their last chance to stay in the tournament, they're going to have to be playing at their best. And the way to do that is to follow Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League. That's going to be to create mistakes, punish overcommits, play off the walls better, and demo to disrupt. Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League brought to us by Esports Tower. Score Pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched up with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Now we're ready to head into the first game. Stingrays came in as defending champs for our last Rumble and now need to avoid being the first team eliminated. So a fall from grace but possible redemption bracket for the Stingrays. So we're ready to head into the first game, get down to the field with our first kickoff.
Getting right into it. Stingrays definitely don't want to be the first ones eliminated here. Officer off the corner, looking to control the ball. Does miss a touch. State off the sidewall. Missing to disrupt. Bossy. Looking for a play. Does get disrupted once again by State. And the 50 leaves the ball out in the middle, and there is no follow-up for the Stingrays.
Crazy Cat chasing the ball over to the other side of the field. State is going to take control of it. Now Bossy taking a shot back toward midfield. Pop with a shot on goal. It's going to trickle in there. Stingrays get up to their first lead.
Right off the kickoff. Crazy Cat going to lift something off the ceiling. Gets a little bit away from the area with the pass. A little bit of defense off the backboard, actually. Yep, throwing on the sidewall here. Right, have another 50. He does get it around Papa, so there could be a pass out mid here. Looking to get one more down. State waiting for the pre-jump. Didn't get it. Crazy Cat with the shot off the backboard. It eventually gets neutralized. Sent up to the corner. The Hammerheads aren't quite done yet here. State going up one more time. Looking for something off the side. Didn't quite get it. And essentially just going to carry out. Ooh, good demo.
Pop with another shot on goal. It's going to find his second to put the Stingrays into a 2-0 lead. Stingrays hoping to build some momentum in their first match to make a run in the lower bracket. Remember, they are the defending champions. Did not want to find themselves in this position in the tournament, but hey, Pop is going to be happy claiming his hat trick, putting the Stingrays now to quite a comfortable lead.
Rio is definitely where you want to be. Still, most definitely all the Rocket League. Ooh, State looking like it was almost about to be on goal there. Crazy Cat getting a 50, doesn't quite go their way. BF elevates. Area gets one more touch out to the midfield. Bossy has one good touch. It goes up to the side. No quick follow-up from the side of the Stingrays. Crazy Cat still controlling the area now in the shadow position. BF taking a shot. It is blocked out by Pop. Now essentially off the backboard. Does get one good touch. One and done. Puts him on the defensive half. State trying to get a 50. Doesn't quite get it. It's left in the open. BF with the defense. Bossy gets bumped out. The side of the pressure is still on the Hammerheads. And they are going to get that clear.
State comes in with a clear. Is going to now leave it to BF. Trying to center it up, but Pop and Aria take it with pretty little effort. Nice double touch to scoot it on into the goal for the Stingrays' fourth.
Stingers are performing exceptionally well. Their first 3 matches they had in this series, they went against a powerhouse team, probably some of the strongest that the that tournament so far has seen. So to see them go from defending champs and down to slower bracket, they definitely have a little bit of chip on their shoulder. Something to make up for. Popster's going to 50 on the sidewall here. Aries going to look for the follow-up, trying to get around State. Does get around. Looking for one more touch off the backboard. Doesn't quite get it now, essentially, with the control off the sidewall. Gets one good touch, has the boost to do it. As State almost puts it right on their car. Popster looking for a pass. Now Area off the backboard. A little bit too high, a little bit too strong. Area still puts a shot on net, essentially, is there to follow up.
Essentially, Bossy wins that kickoff and is just going to take the 5th goal right off of it. Definitely seems like the Hammerheads might have resigned themselves this game.
Oh, wow. Now the scoreline is just getting away from them. Kickoff. Nobody quite there to challenge. State went for the challenge. Essentially does get the beat. Looking for the demo. Doesn't quite get it. Crazy Cat now on the sidewall here. Does elevate. Has one more touch off the ceiling. Almost gets it. Just a little bit too far off. Here he gets one touch in for a second. Does get a flip reset. Makes it down to the ground. So keeping control essentially now. Control trying to get around one. Does get around one area. Gets a small touch. Doesn't unfortunately get it past Crazy Cat.
BF double touch. It's going to fall down to the ground. Essentially, Bossy trying to reset, but was unable to do it. Looks like we do have Rule 1 out on the field, so now it's down to 2 cars apiece. That actually looked like an intentional Rule 1 between 2 of them.
I think it's just a 1v1 now. It's just a,
yep,
it's
just
a
1v1.
Oh, okay. So now it's just 3
I mean,
rolls,
at this
1.
point, they're 7 goals ahead, and sometimes enough is just enough. So anyway, we have 30 seconds left of a riveting gameplay to talk about.
I'm surprised they coordinated that, honestly.
What did you have for lunch today?
Lost Grove Pizza.
Okay.
So pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. What about you?
I didn't have any lunch. Instead, I was watching Nintendo Direct, and it was just about as exciting as the gameplay I'm seeing right now.
So, State winning a little bit this tug of war here. Just get the goal. Oh, wait, no, it'd be Area. You don't get the Brazil?
They're not even going to go for the flavor of that.
Yeah, it's a best of 3. I don't know, yeah. If this is what we see again come around game 2, I don't know what my reaction would be.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like the Hammerheads already kind of gave up on that.
Yeah.
once there was a 5-goal lead, they weren't even contesting the kickoffs and didn't even want to play. I mean, I do hope that they can kind of reset their mentals for this game, because now this is for sure do or die for them. 1 loss and they're out.
Yeah, the Hammerheads unfortunately had a pretty hard track to kind of going against the Wolves, which the Wolves are the team that made it to the grand finals, so they're obviously a threat to be with. So there's no way to scoff at them, and then facing the reigning champions as well, the Stingrays, who are looking a lot cleaner now. And the Stingrays also had an unfortunate start to their whole bracket as well, starting off, I believe, against the Lynx, who were a really strong team and just kind of overpowered and bulldozed them. So both these teams that kind of had a rough start. It's good to see the Stingrays back on their horse, but you know the Hammerheads, I don't know, they They got to fix that mental a little bit.
Well, the coaches themselves have been saying that that's the main thing they're trying to work with the Hammerheads, is just trying to play evenly throughout the whole series, not letting anything get to them. Might still have some work to go in that regard, but it's just all part of the journey. They also had a tough draw last week playing against the Wolves, who are now in the grand finals. So they're going against the team that got into the grand finals this week and the team that won it all last Rumble as well. Yeah. So sometimes you just get that bad draw in both situations. But we'll see if they can turn it around. Hammerheads and Stingrays. Stingrays now just one game away. 1 5-minute match till we see who moves on. BF has a nice cheat off of the kickoff. Essentially, Bossy is going to be able to deflect that. State going for another shot on goal, but doesn't win the 50. Area now taking the ball up the field, doesn't have boost to complete it. That's going to allow BF and Crazy Cat to get back control.
Ooh. Did see BF go downfield for the demo there. Unfortunately, leaves Crazy Cat all alone to get demoed, essentially trying to lift something off that corner wall. A little bit hard of a read there. State trying to get her on area. One good touch, just get a bicycle kick over roughly about 2. Pops her up off the sidewall here. A little bit too fast from Crazy Cat to get a deflect there. BF quick to follow up with this. Does get one. Area off the side of the car, keep it controlled. Now looking to elevate off the sidewall. Actually gets one touch off the sidewall there. Both just playing off each other really well. Erie gets one good touch. Manages to control the power side. Just get bumped off the play though. Now the Hammerheads have got to look for a way to clear this ball out.
Here goes State, pinch off of the wall. He's going to have his momentum stunted in that regard. Area trying to set it up for essentially Bossy, and no shot on goal from that. Double commit on trying to defend. Possible opening for the Hammerheads. BF places a nice that looked like it was heading in, but just a bit wide to the left.
Almost a pull shot there. State gets an elevate. Does get one touch. Crazy Cat now the pass off the sidewall to State. State gets one more. BF with the contention there. Crazy Cat looking to follow up. Area. One touchdown. Looking for anything else. Doesn't quite get it. State's not elevated. Nobody quite up. Does get one touch on the backboard. Looking for a follow-up from the Hammerheads. There is nothing quite yet. We're 3 minutes into this match. Nobody's really put any shots on net yet.
That's a nice redirect there. That took quite a bounce off of essentially Bossy. And just kind of in a freak shot from midfield, put the Hammerheads in the lead.
State with the, what I imagine was a pre-jump there. Doesn't quite get, now BF has control. Russell's getting area, one touch on sidewall, looking for a second one, does get the second flip into it, but BF has the easy clear up the backboard there. Pops are not making the quality touch looking for. Bossy just kind of ping-ponging it back and forth here.
A lot of the Hammerheads kind of bunched up next to each other. Not a lot of spreading out on field. No follow-up on that play. Area. Just going to be given that clear. Trying to center it past BF. Pop. One touch. 2. And side control for the Stingrays, but still haven't found their first goal.
Yeah, it's still just about sub 2 minutes here. The Stingrays have yet to find a goal compared to last game where they had 7 of them. Area elevates, looking for a flip reset, does get it. It's a little bit too far off. There was no follow-up as well. Area does steal the boost there. It's quick to follow up again. Might get around State. State is wide enough to get around it. Now Area getting a really good bump. It's quite the heads-up play to realize that shot was too slow. BF had to save, so why not bump him so they can't do it.
Equalizer found with 1.5 minutes left to go. BF plays it off the wall. Takes a shot. Area with a nice shot on goal. It's going to be slow, however, so BF can save against it.
Essentially quick cut it off. Stays there when they're here, looking for the demo. Does in fact get it. And with no other selfless first man to take the positioning there, State was just left all alone and got sent to the respawn screen and could do nothing about that.
Even though the game is only separated by 1 goal, it's really the stats for shots on goal that really tell you all you need to know about this game. It's 10-2 in favor of the Stingrays. Hammerheads have had a lot of great saves, but really haven't been able to coordinate as a team to push up. No 40 seconds left. Could be final nail in the coffin. Another clutch save from BF. He's up to 6 in this whole game.
Crazy Cat is on the backboard. Essentially, Bossy is going to get a really good pinch. Puts it on net. It is saved by BF. Now Pop gets 1 touch. It's 50'd out into the blue corner here. Crazy Cat looking for a shot to follow up. Essentially gets a really good clear. Banged it over. Area was looking for the fall. Gets boomed up. Nevertheless, gets the touch. Essentially looking to slow it down a little bit as these last 5 seconds wind down. BF gets absolutely demoed. Crazy Cat looking to keep control of the ball in the final second. The next time this ball touches the ground, it's over. This team's most likely looking to keep the ball up. Looking for 1 more goal here. The Hammers and equalize it and gets canceled out there.
That's going to be the first game in the books for Esports Tower. If you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights. And with our featured Rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Well, that's the first game in the books. The Stingrays survived to round 2 and now have to go up against the Barracudas. So first step taken in their gauntlet to make it back to the grand finals, but a successful first step nonetheless. We will take a short break and then be back with game number 2 in this Rumble, Stingrays versus Barracudas, right after this.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
You take really strong players from disparate communities and you put them together on teams with expert coaching.
So you mean to tell me by all the hands in the room, everybody in here is that top 2%?
It's ultimate, it's a 1v1, it proceeds on the last moment!
It's not every day that you're a kid like me and you get to have this experience.
Something, he gets one.
This boot camp is really about finding out every weakness.
There's no such thing as a big mistake at this level.
I have people in the crowd there cheering my name on. I have to give them a show.
That feeling of just being up on stage and having a whole crowd of people, it's unbeatable.
1v1, but oh, why would you pick him?
I love this. I want to do this every day.
Another pin!
You didn't make a choice, so you were just looking at things.
If you want to go pro, sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
Jump up and down, you're a crowd, you're casters. It's a transformational experience.
That was a light switch, and now I see what it's all about.
A lot of players here right now are caught up in winning their tournaments 5-10 years down the road. They're not going to remember who won.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League, broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. It's time for round 2 of the lower bracket between the Stingrays and the Barracudas. Who will get a chance to play against the Lynx in the lower finals, and who will be eliminated in the Rumble? I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Colin Majunkin, calling all of the action for you here today. And Col, we're going to head into the second game pretty quickly, but before we do, however, what were the main things that stood out to you in that last game? Do you think Stingrays can continue on their winning streak to be able to make it to the grand finals?
They definitely looked a lot more prepared in a lot better situations. Much better gameplay from them coming from last week was really comparative to them. Honestly, they just look better. They just look like a more overall rounded team. They've played the Barracudas last time, which were a new roster as well. They played the Lynx the other last week as well, which is a new roster as well. So I think – actually, no, they did not play the Barracudas. They played the Lynx, which sent them down to the lower bracket. So I think they're going to be in quite a surprise compared to the Barracudas. If they have the expectation that they're going to be the same team, they're going to be surprised. But I think if they keep this way up, it's going to be a good series.
Before we get into the match, we also want to take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from their clubs and been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have earned, I think the total is up to over $5 million now in scholarship awards. These students have worked hard, almost $4.5 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but also academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players who have received these scholarships are talented, hardworking, and driven, and we could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are giving. I'm still going to say it's $5 million because technically that is in round-up territory. All right, so as we're ready to head into the second game, we want to just give you a clear picture of what's going on. It is the lower semifinals, last chance for both the teams here to stay in the tournament. Barracudas versus Stingrays coming up next in our Rocket League Rumble. Before we get to that game also, we want to remind these players of Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League, brought to us by Esports Tower, and that's to create mistakes, punish overcommits, play off the walls better, and demo to disrupt. You can all go to esportstower.com, score pro advice, improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Alrighty, game number 2 now ready between these two teams, Barracudas and Stingrays. Barracudas hoping for a rematch against the Lynx in the lower finals after losing to them last week. So we'll see if the Barracudas manage to upset the Stingrays' run in the lower bracket. First kickoff and first game underway.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an overcommit there. I think we'll quite get it. A drift does get one good slight touch on the top of the car. Keeps it safe in the corner there. Pop keeps control, looking to go off the sidewall there. A little bit of pump off of it. Pops are looking for the pass middle. The baby's there. Stop whatever progression there was. I believe, unless that was a name change, I believe Tony is a different sub. And Erie and Papas are new. Or same. Tony's the only Uno one there.
Demo on to Pop. Area takes the ball and is just going to dribble that past the midfield marker, but gets demoed in the process. Another demo back on to Gababy.
Yeah, trying to get around Area. Area got a good 50, still keeping control of it on the sidewall here. Gets the bump, sets up in the midfield, isn't going to quite get it. Tony looking for a shot, gets it on the wheel of the car. Isn't able to get anything powerful there. Area now the other one gets a 50. Yags just keeping with it. Gets a pinch with the sidewall there. Tony gonna get taken out of the play immediately after getting a slight clear. Gababy's quick to follow up again. Yags off the sidewall. Keep control, gets out to midfielder. Drift not quite in the right position to take advantage of the pass out mid. Now Pop Sword takes a low shot, blocked out easy by Drift. Looking for the 50. Now Yags on the back wall. Gets the touch off of it, but down in dangerous front of the net. But the Stingrays are not going to be able to take advantage of it.
Oh. 2 double commits from both teams back to back. It is going to work out overall for the Barracudas, getting the first goal. But still a bit of troubling coordination issues that we're seeing. Also, Yates might have a connection. Oh no, he's back. Was put there for a few seconds.
There you have it. Pop gets a flick over 2 of them here. Getting to the corner wall, looking for a pinch or a pass out. Kababy already elevated. Gets a weird 50 with Pop there. Guys looking for one of them off the back wall. Or the side wall doesn't quite get it, but a Drift takes the shot. He's going to beat out the defender in the homeland.
Tony is going to be completely uncontested on that kickoff. Really not sure what's quite going on with these teams right now.
Yeah, but that was very weird to see the Barracudas take that defensive position
look at
there.
that! I mean, Pop is going to be able to bail them out, but another double commit for the Stingrays.
I understand the reason why, if you're low on boost, to go for that. But still, nonetheless, put your teammates in a little bit of bad position there. Kababy. The dribble here, looking to get over one. Yags disrupts it, though. Their own teammate dribble. Area off the sidewall there. So to the midfielder, Drift taking a shot off the sidewall here. Got to get the secondary rebound. 3-1 scoreline.
Yeah, I would say this is intentional at this point, Barracudas. The main thing the coaches have said they've been working on with the Barracudas is just making sure that they find ways to score consistently instead of relying on flashy plays and goals. But the way we're seeing the Barracudas not even take the kickoff every single time, seems they still have flashy, showy plays in mind.
Yeah, you see them try to set up or something up the sidewall or to each other for a passing play or something of that nature. And that's why they got sent to the lower bracket last time as well by the Lynx. They were a really solid team, but they kept going for outlandish things that didn't need to happen. Looking for a pass there once again. Yags gets demo. Kababy just sitting in net, doesn't take any offensive position, and I don't know what happened there.
So anyway, Colin, what did you have for lunch again?
Yeah, I would just love to see the Barracudas sort of start creating faster passing plays. Yeah, the tempo of their gameplay feels weird, feels off. And if they don't correct it, they're gonna be knocked out of the tournament at the end of the day. If the Stingrays are able to take advantage.
Ball cleared back over toward area, picks up boost, stolen away by Adrift. Pop is going to stop the center, but he's played around. Yags whiffs on that shot, however, ball is too high. Kababy waiting, and they're going to find it with some help from Adrift.
That was, that was a little better. That looked a little more coordinated. Yags with another interesting little kickoff here. Adrift not going backwards off the sidewall here. Kababy getting a soft touch, trying to keep it in the territory. Baby getting a bump there, gets a 50 with Tony. Yags not looking for a shot, does get it off, but it's too slow. And Erie's not going to be looking for an air dribble play. Get some elevation here. It's not going to go much farther than that, though.
And with 10 seconds left, looks like it's, well, I was going to say it looks like it's pretty much a done deal. That brings it back into the Stingrays' wheelhouse. Now would be the time for the Barracudas to actually contest this kickoff, and they do. That's going to be able to burn off enough time. One final play, and we are going into overtime. Again, something that could have been completely avoided.
Yes, 100%. No, I completely agree. I think the Barracudas definitely whiffed this first game in terms of that's exactly what happened with the Lynx last time. Was they took a little 2 games, you know, not seriously enough, or you know, not attempting to keep the scoreline in their favor, and they ended up paying for it. And a triple commit from their side as well. Yags will get the disrupt anyway. Drift looking to get the right angle here, gets the pop over 1. Yags now controller looking for pass out of Gababy, gets 50'd out though. Area quick to follow up off the sidewalk. Gababy getting a 50. Papa sort of quickly to redirect out the backboard. Yags with the backboard defense clears it off to the midfield here area. Almost getting demoed there, it bumped off, but Drift still looking for the demo here. Tony's to follow up in the clear out of 50. Gababy now stealing both those sides, the mid boost and back boost, and off the ceiling. Gets 1 touchdown to a Drift, and Yags, a Drift, gets the right redirect angle. He's going to put it top left bins.
Barracudas, despite everything, looks like they are able to secure that first game. But overall, just might be given enough chances toward the Lynx to where I wouldn't think that this goes 3-0.
Yeah. If they get a little bit too comfortable and a little too confident, I definitely could see it going that way. Because that, once again, I keep saying it, but that's how the last matchup went against the Lynx. They went up 2-0 in the series and then just got completely reverse sweep. So if they manage to keep their head in the game, they could end up just making a quick series and, you know, put the Stingrays out of the competition. But that's up to see, honestly, if they're able to keep it up.
Well, we'll have to see if that is the case. And if things are going to be brought back for the Barracudas, if they will be able to stop the Stingrays' streak, because the Stingrays are still fighting to stay in this tournament. Everyone's in the lower bracket. It's do or die in terms of winning and losing. Not that you necessarily know it, but how casually the Barracudas have been playing, but it is to see who is going to stay in this tournament. So we're going to head to game 2, first kickoff. And yeah, nothing has changed. I mean, I guess trying to fake them out.
Perhaps, but you see Gababy sort of just sitting idle in the net. Yeah. Tony looking to get a bump, does get the bump and a demo, a drift. Sort of the solo defense here, almost puts it in their own net. Now the 100 boost, does get the elevation off the sidewall here. Gets the timing, gets the musty flick, doesn't quite get the power nor the elevation on that shot here. Now Papasaur. Now it just feels like forward freestyling event here. Almost gets it over a drift. Getting the full boost. Now it's Iria's turn. Drift quick to disrupt. Now looking for the read up the corner. Doesn't quite get it. Drift just kind of playing ball chasing simulator here as the other 2 teammates sit back. Papasaur gets 1 touch to area, disrupt it all. Quite honestly, I don't know what to make of this.
The only thing to make of it right now is 1 minute having passed with neither of these teams scoring. Area leaves it over to Tony. And the drift. Self-admittedly, that's pretty good dribble. Nice flick over to the side. He's going to be able to score the first goal for the Barracudas.
Drift will sit on this back wall here. It's a good 50. And they're in out the sidewall, trying to take control. A drift gets 1 touch, looking like a free net now. They decide not to and decide to go up the wall there. Area gets bumped twice. The Stingrays team is sort of self-sabotaging. There's only 1 player on the field. You might as well just demo him and rack up the scoreline as much as you want. And the drift to score a second with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left.
3 minutes, 14 seconds, next kickoff. Gonna go slightly in favor of the Barracudas. Area trying to clean things up, picks up the corner boost. Tony stops that in the corner. Pop trying to steal it away, but it's too high on the play. That's not going to be able to be cleared out past midfield marker. Drift plays it off the backboard himself and is going to take the 3rd goal.
Impressive showcase, but this is This is not what I'd want to see out of a tournament play style.
It definitely seems like they're giving just the ball to Adrift. Just like, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Could be shot on net. Papasaur quick to beat Adrift at that corner play, and that's Stingrays getting the first goal to the game 2.
Yeah, it looks like Yags and Gababy are just going to sit this one out.
Missing the touch here, just seeing Yags and Gababy still sitting there, and the Drift sort of just solo taking this. Adrift trying to 1v3 here at Papasaur. Again, around, still trying to play. Does get good 50s. Finally gets demoed for it. Could be a shot on net. Papasaur elevates with it. A little bit of boost to do this to be able to get the flip reset. Does get it over a Drift, but it hits the backboard. Yags trying to play a little bit defense. Doesn't get it in time. Not only one goal lead for the side of Barracudas with the sub 2 minutes here. Make that a tied game.
Wow, I'm sure that was definitely genuine. What a barn burner we have on our hands right now. 3-3, 2 minutes left in the match.
With a bump on a Drift. Pop getting a good 50. Tony might be there to stick with it. Is not going to take the shot, leaving it for Pop. Pop to get over one. Iria might be there to follow up. Pop getting the demo. Yags to get the pinch to save it all, but Iria still sticking with it. Trying to fake each other out. The Drift does get the steal. Pops it over one. Drift still trying to make this happen. Now Pop, the shot off the backboard, isn't going to be able to get it off that first try. The Drift does get the cross-line save of it all. Tony does get the clear off the backboard, looking to stick with it. 50 off a Drift. The Drift doesn't get it past. Playing off the corner here. It's one more touch. Just sort of settling in the corner here. As you still just sort of see Gababy and yeah, sort of sit in that back net. What a defensive net there is over there.
30 seconds left, still tied 3 apiece. Ball's going to be sent toward both of them. They save at the last moment, letting us know that they are still indeed alive. Drift trying to find the winning goal against the Stingrays.
A little Stingrays,
yeah. That's what you're gonna get.
Now it's up to the Barracudas if they want to make this a longer series, and it has to be. Down to these final couple seconds, Adrift is gonna put it in. Tied up. It's a possibility for them to get a 5th goal here. Put the series at match point.
Yeah, it's gonna go into overtime. Unless they make one final show and play.
Oh.
Trying to keep it up in the air.
Nope.
Yeah, and we're going into overtime.
Maybe their controller batteries just disappeared out of the remote.
Well, you're thinking they're playing with the third-party controller right now?
Yeah, I'm looking for any bit of hope I can
The one that doesn't even have a USB adapter, it's Firewire, and they have to use some weird adapter, because that's the only explanation that I can think of right now. 3 of them are going to commit on that shot.
Drift into the full boost here. Does get bumped out by Iria. Pop getting bumped again. Might have an air dribble here, faking it just a little bit. Does get a flick. Attempt to get the flick over one. Drift to disrupt it. Looking for a shot. Might have his Pop there. No. That's game 2 going to the side of Barracudas. I do gotta say that went a little longer than it had to. but impressive nonetheless.
I didn't take that away from that at all. I mean, it just flew by, basically. I can hardly remember it. That was just light speed gameplay.
I don't either. I think it's best we move on. I think it's we just go to the next game.
I concur.
I do got to give props to Adrift for 1v3 in there for a little bit, getting 3 goals on there. I don't think the Stingrays are taking it seriously, but that gameplay was interesting. That's the label I'll put on it.
I'm sure this is going to go to a Game 5, and everyone's going to pat themselves on the back for how exciting a match they made it. It's going all the way to Game 5.
I think the Barracudas are in it. And for the last 30 seconds, they showed us that they were there.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they're kind of taking the back seat, and then like when the final minute or 30 seconds comes by, they're trying to make sure. But then again, Adrift was still 1v3 in overtime, so I really don't know what to take from. What I can take away at all from this.
I'd be interested to see if the Stingrays sort of take it, if they take it serious, start demoing Adrift over and over again, and just start racking up the scoreline. Either A, is Game 3 going to go the same way Game 2 was, or are the Barracudas just going to be like, all right, let's end this out, let's make it a super big scoreline, or let's at least make it a game, let's all 3 be in it.
Going for the world record and the longest 3-0 ever.
Yes, that would be that would be. I don't even know how to put my own 2 cents on that.
There we go, Barracuda Stingrays. Game number 3. I'm on the edge of my recliner. Let's get all to it. And it's going to start off with a kickoff goal from Pop. I hear some polite applause from production, so I'm glad. I'm glad they've got their golf clap game going.
Pop looking for a musty flick. That looks like a baby's the one they're going to have to deal with here in this matchup. Getting control here, though. Adrift, when Adrift 1v1, Adrift didn't get scored on until, he in return scored 3 others. So, at least it's a little different. But Gababe's going to elevate it here, looking to get the read, hoping Area doesn't get the clear. Area indeed did. Now it's all in the corner. Gababe having full boost here, keeping over the score line, gets the demo. Nobody's going to commit. There's Pop. Looking to get over Gababe. Does get it. Oh, Tony's going to get the bump and the bump on Yags, and that's 2-0.
And there's still 4 minutes, 9 seconds left on the clock. Shot back from past midfield. It's going to head right on to the front post. And the shot's going to go wide off to the corner again. Gababe going to now look to crowd. It seems he's the designated player now for the Barracudas. And he's not going to be able to score, but puts a shot on goal and a demo on to Pop as well.
Gababe gets 50. Little defense coming out from Adrift there. Tony tries to elevate, doesn't quite have the launch angle to do anything for that. Pop up. Gababe does play a little bit of defense. Might have the secondary touch there. Area's quick to follow up to deny that. Yags sort of running around the field a little bit. Maybe Yags is there. Perhaps just playing demo duty. I have no idea, but Gababe's there as well. Yeah, they're definitely just sort of on demo duty. And Gababe crossbars it, and this might be a free goal for the Stingrays. Nope, Yags is over rotate.
Baby's going to have a shot blocked by Tony. Area, though, kind of sets it up right in front of the goal. There was no momentum there clear whatsoever. Left it wide open for the Barracudas to score their first.
I was close to being another kickoff goal there. Luckily, it hugged the edge of the goal there. Pop taking a shot, blocked out by Gababe. Drift does get the touch on the tip of the car to send it out to midfield. Clearing of any danger being scored on. Area, though, elevates, gets one touch off the back. We're looking for a second, does get it. Add it to the highlight reel. corner here. Baby looking for a shot. Doesn't get it at all. Drift almost gets the touch. Guys getting around one area to follow up. Baby now gets a soft touch out midfield. Nothing is going to come for it for the side of Barracudas, and Yags misses the commit in the air. And Drift still trying to stick with the ball. Baby getting to 50, leaves it up midfield. There's a shot by Area and assisted by Yags looking for a clear.
Gonna bring it up to 4-1. Next kickoff, high and in the center of the field. Area punts it over to the corner. Baby is gonna be able to beat Pop to it. Take control, side control away from him. Back over to Baby. Yates sets it up for a drift, up and to the right. And another shot placed on goal by the Barracudas. Another one, that's going to be their 5th of this game so far. And a drift. Looks like he's going to find it on the 6th shot.
Two-goal game here right now. It looks like the Barracudas are in full effect here. Drift is going to get the fake kickoff over to Yags. Yags to Gababy. Gababy not able quite to fill it out, finish off the play. Popstar is going to get a free 2-touch there. Misses the second one here. And now Yags has a lot of free real estate. Gababy to elevate, gets 1 touch. Ooh, Area almost just top bins it. Now here's Yags. Plays it low, gets the fake. Gababy plays a little bit too far up. Pop looking for the bang, doesn't get it. There's Area, the shot. Successfully blocked by Gababy. Now it's Yags with the pass to the Drift and an open net. The Drift to Gababy. Gababy took the shot, but isn't quite there. The Stingrays stay alive. Looking to stay alive for another 40 seconds.
Yags puts a shot on toward the goal. It's followed up by a drift. Gababy now trying to put it in the upper left corner. Not going to find it. Does seem like everything is more or less back to normal now in the final 30 seconds of gameplay. It was a while to wait for it, but I'm glad to see some actual Rocket League at this point. But at this point, Stingrays already have built up such a lead that it is going to be at least a game 4, probably if I'm to wager a game 5, because it definitely seems like the Barracudas are in kind of a mentality of just wait until the very last moment and then try to just keep on going.
I did call it out. I did say if the Stingrays take it more seriously and they get into it, and they just build up such a lead, and when the Barracudas do finally activate, there's nothing much they can do about that. There were quite a few missed shots on the side of Barracudas that they could have converted earlier, but now I'm just looking for hopefully that the Barracudas will look alive again and do something about this.
That's always a great piece of advice. Just look like you're alive.
Look like you're alive. I think it's if you want to win, that's the least you got to do in this case.
I had put that up there with drive in the general direction of the opposing team's goal. Hit the ball.
Yeah. Grab boost.
Score. Click heads. Wait, that's not the right one.
That's not the right game.
Although
you can run into the cars.
To be fair, throughout this whole match, I don't know what game we've been playing at all. I think that ship has already sailed.
We're all lost.
Game 4, Barracudas, Stingrays. Let's see if the Barracudas can close it out, or if we will be driven to a game 5. Yeah, okay. Why would I expect anything different?
Looks like Yags is now the dedicated player. Always seems fair to go in order. Quickly scored on. Not as long as it took them to score on a drift, but longer than it took them to score on Gababy. So I guess you get a second place medal for that, the minimum. Tony just driving on the sidewall here. They're going to get it past Yags. Jags able to take it. Jags is probably the scariest out of the three in terms of mechanical gameplay and showing it off a bit. Might be the one to do it all. I don't know. If there is somebody on the team that I guess the 1v3, maybe it's not yours. The pinch kickoff.
They've gone for that multiple times, trying to do it both at the same time and just belch a shot into the goal.
Oh! If Pop wasn't there, that would have been a goal. Now here, just playing the slow game here. Jags does beat the pass out of mid. That was really far in front of the ball, and Erie just going to get a free net and put it in there now. 3-1 game. This is top-tier gameplay.
This is one of the games of all time I have ever seen.
This is right up there with the RLCS game, with Justin getting the last second, aerial touch to score the goal and save the series. It beats that, honestly. It's right there.
I am completely taken aback by the drama. Right now, a whole wide range of emotions is going across my face. Fear, happiness, sadness. I know I'm going for an Emmy, but we'll never get one. So
going for an Emmy. If there was a game to do it, it'd be this one. Yeah, he's gonna put another one on the board though. Keeping it closer than last time around. That's what we like to see.
3 minutes left in this match. Pop is going to take a shot off it. Jags elevates up to stop the shot. A shot toward the goal area is going to clear it out into the corner.
Jags elevate off the sidewall. Has the backboard touch. Wasn't quite on net though. They're just going to back pass to themselves. Looking to get the boost and control the ball. Is not going to get it at all. There's Tony with the self pass off the sidewall. And is going to put this game at 1 point higher than it was.
2 minutes, 40 seconds left. Tony takes a shot toward the two lifeless carcasses of the Barracudas. Jags is going to still knock it back, try to score a goal for himself.
Area elevates, looking for the touch on the backboard. Might have it, but the angle was there. I saw the vision. The execute wasn't quite there. Tony the self pass off the backboard, gets it past Jags. Jags in a drift, able to. We did see there was a little bit of twitch movement from a drift, but it'll go right back to slumber. Jags seeing him flick over to. Had the goal opportunity, but didn't quite get there. Now playing around a bunch of them, gets it past two of the Stingrays defender, and with sub 2 minutes left, a 3-4 game. At match point, nonetheless.
Boy, what an exciting point in the match. It would sure be a shame if two of the players' engines were to give out completely for no reason at this point.
Yeah, a misfire, honestly, in the engine. I think they got to go to the mechanic shop.
I think this is kind of maybe a stealth announcement for the new Pacer DLC that's coming to Rocket League, because only a car model such as that could explain all of the engine troubles I've been seeing this game.
Maybe a second touch. All right, it's tied up, and there's two players actively playing now. That's better than one. Two is in fact better than one.
You know, you got to put one foot in front of the other to make it through life.
In this case, you got to put.
I mean, I would put this just up there. It's like you were saying. You know, we've got RCL, CRL, RCCA, CRDACA, and that one game where two players decided not to play the Rocket League game at all. I mean, top five right there.
I don't even know most of those. Look for a shot here. Where's it? But the Barracudas could definitely do this. Baby looking for a fake. Does get the 50. Is there a follow-up? There was an attempt by Yags, but it did. The drift got in the way a little bit too much. Unless the Barracudas can quickly tie this up, it looks like a Game 5 is in order, which would be the second series that that Barracudas had participated in that went to Game 5 in this fashion. Baby looking for a play off the ceiling, gets one touch. Aries quick to clear it out. It's the final couple seconds. Unless the Barracudas can do something about the scoreline, they're going to go into Game 5. That's exactly what we're getting.
You know, variety is the spice of life is one of the things that I have heard. And, you know, normally, you know, for a living, I broadcast competitive Rocket League games. So this is a nice change of pace, you know, when you really think about it.
It is a nice change of pace. Really relaxing. I think we might get a lawn chair out. You know, might on the other monitors put a beach in the background. Who knows? You know,
yeah,
there are endless possibilities. But a Game 5,
nice lemonade in hand.
Yeah,
Game 5, or I guess if I'm more to accurately say, 4 minutes of nothing, and then 1 minute of Game 5 at the very end to see who just takes away this match. Barracudas versus Stingrays. They've driven it out to the longest possible time, to the edge of human sanity and decency. Well, we're already way past that.
It only makes sense for all three of them to play now.
You would think.
They all have their individual run, which looks like what it is. They're all three moving at the start of the game.
Finally, here we go.
The long-awaited arrival of the three.
Adrift. Nice shot on goal. It's going to go over all three of the Stingrays. To commit on the kickoff for the Barracudas. The Baby is going to take it past the midfield mark. A nice attempted interference from Pop, but charges right into the wrong Barracuda. The goal is left just basically wide open.
Yags with a bit of back pass area to take advantage of it. Off the backboard there in the right position, right time. Is that going to go up 1-2 here? As we just go out to the 4-minute, 20-second mark.
Tries to push it above Yags. Unsuccessful in that regard. Edric plays it off the corner.
Baby looking for the 50 off the ground there. Does indeed get it. Does go in the favor. Now Adrift elevates the ball off the sidewall. Looking for the ceiling touch. Does get it, but Tony was there to get the defensive save. Now Yags back off the sidewall. Still sticking with the ball. Attempted to stay with it. Doesn't quite get the touch, and Adrift going for an interesting little one as well. Adrift once again. Looking for the air dribble. Gets completely denied of it. Turn around again to challenge area. Does get it. Gababe now elevates. Looking for a soft touch. Does get it. Adrift. Looking for the back pass. Or I guess the forward touch. Yags. Now at the backboard. Is there a save for it? There's not. It's double touch and no save necessary. But Adrift with the shot. Yags gets bumped into the save. But honestly, I don't know how it ended up in the goal. But it did. It got there.
Barracudas now have a 2-goal lead. Area is going to take the kickoff to start things off, but Adrift pushes it back. Now Pop trying to corral it in his own corner. Takes one touch, but doesn't have really the resources or the angle he needs to continue on dribbling it. So he's going to hang back for a little as Yags a nice redirect over to Adrift in the corner. Now going to try for the centering pass. Leaves it for Yags, but Gababy is up there, rotated on the field. He was trying to demo somebody, so he couldn't follow up, so Adrift tried to just kind of in a scrappy fashion take it for himself, but it was unsuccessful in that regard. And we're about almost to halfway throughout this game. Pop had a great opportunity there for a possible breakaway shot toward the goal. but whiffed on it, and the shot goes wide to the left.
Oh, a little musty baby looking for it. Doesn't quite get the elevation or the power on it. He's going to settle for no goal there. Looking for a pass out there. Drift now to Kababy. Trying to play it under area. Doesn't quite get it. The team of Barracuda is fighting for who gets to touch the ball here. A little bit of back pass. The Stingray's attacker will not be able to take full advantage of it.
Baby runs right into Tony.
Oh,
Drift takes it. That's a nice pass to Yangs,
yeah.
and follow-up. An actual team play.
That was one of the solid ones. That's a glimpse into what the Barracudas could be, what they could do, how deadly they could be if they kept doing this 3v3 style of gameplay that we got going on right now.
Baby takes a shot, pass over Yangs. Plays it off the wall, shot goes back wide to the corner. Area takes one touch on it, goes off the wall, nice shot toward the near post, but it's gonna be pushed wide. 1 minute, 20 seconds left with the Barracudas a pretty comfortable 3-goal lead. Might try to make it a 4-goal lead as they try to set it up. A drift is demoed. Maybe, yeah, it's gonna force just a little bit of reprieve from the Barracudas offensive play.
Maybe up gets a soft touch down to Yags. Yags on a drift. The drift does get contested. Two Stingray defenders. Gabe with a soft touch over the backboard. Got to get it clear here. Going for the in and out save. Doesn't quite get it. Area gets the reset off the ceiling. Looking for something. Gets the flip. Oh, wow. Let's get saved by Gababy. That would have been a really nice little solo play, but all for naught. But nevertheless, Area giving a 50 pass into the midfield and get to take a shot. And put the scoreline a little closer to each other.
Shot pinched off to the side. Baby demoed. Drift leaves it for Yates, moving up the field. Baby's gonna take it at the last moment, trying to score the goal for himself, even though he really didn't need to in that situation.
Final couple seconds, it looks like the Barracuda is going to be the one to walk away with this and go to the losers finals.
Well, you know, Colin, going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We just saw that in that play that I'm sure happened sometime, somewhere in this match. That one play at the very end.
Yeah.
That was some decent teaming skills.
Yags and a drift did it. They got it done.
Go to esportstower.com. It's your fast track to rank up. All righty. That's going to do it for the second game. Here we go. It's going to go to the losers finals now. It's going to be Barracudas versus Stingrays. And that's going to be it for the first two games in this tournament. We're going to take a short break and then be back with the third game after this. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
You take really strong players from disparate communities and you put them together on teams with expert coaching.
So you mean to tell me, by all the hands in the room, everybody in here is that top 2%?
It's ultimate, it's a 1v1, it proceeds to the last moment!
It's not every day that you're a kid like me and you get to have this experience.
Something, he gets one.
This boot camp is really about finding out every weakness.
There's no such thing as a big mistake at this level.
I have people in the crowd there cheering my name on. I have to give them a show.
That feeling of just being up on stage and having a whole crowd of people, it's unbeatable.
1v1, but... Oh, why would you pick him?
I love this. I want to do this every day.
Another hit!
You didn't make a choice, so you were just looking at things.
If you want to go pro, sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
Jump up and down, you're a crowd, you're casters. It's a transformational experience.
That was a light switch, and now I see what it's all about.
A lot of players here right now are caught up in winning their tournaments 5-10 years down the road. They're not going to remember who won.
Week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League, broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. It's a rematch of last 2 weeks' semifinals. Lynx and Barracudas face off to see who will advance to the grand finals against the Wolves. I'm your host Jacob Palmer, joined by Colin Majunkin, calling all of the action for you. And Colin, we were talking about this as kind of a rematch of what we saw last week, the team that sent the Barracudas initially down to the lower bracket, and based on how the game turned out last week, we are kind of expecting some shenanigans, as if we haven't already seen those today.
Yeah, last game was full of it a lot. The Lynx, wow, were able to send it down. They were able to send the Barracudas down to the lower bracket this time around, but I'm sort of rooting for them again, because they were a team that sort of came in and disrupted the Stingrays. It was really big, and they looked really solid in the first kind of round of things. So I'm looking for them to do it again and hopefully force the Barracudas to take these games a little more seriously. And if not, they end up doing the same stuff. Just, don't play into it. Just sort of, my advice is just get it over with.
We'll see if that is indeed the case. Lynx's versus Barracudas lower final winner of this advances on to the grand finals. In Rocket League, the Esports Tower Rumble. We'll come to you with that in the next week. But for now, let's get on to the lower finals and see how things are going to shake out between these two teams. Lynx's versus Barracudas. Final spot in the grand final up for grabs. Who will win the match in this best of 5? We'll get down to the field and find out. Ready for the first kickoff on deck. And off we go.
The Ike's off the ceiling, looking for another pass out of Kababy. Doesn't quite be there. Out danger in the midfield here as the Hydra might have a 50 here. Doesn't quite in the favor. Kababy gets it off the backboard here and somehow gets the pre-flip off of Rick's touch. Kababy able to see the future. Let me know. That was almost, I guarantee you, pure luck.
First goal scored by the Barracudas 20 seconds into the game. Doom is going to get a nice kickoff, gain a lot of space for the Lynxes. Gababy now ready for the response from the Barracudas. And head back over to Rick. Drift demos Doom.
A little pass of the backboard here. Gababy with another one there. A drift. Elevated and is there. Anticipated the backboard pass. That is a 2-0 scoreline. The first 40-ish seconds of this game.
Next kickoff, once again, goes in favor of the Lynxes initially, and they quickly turn that into a goal to bring it back to a one-goal game. Zydra.
Yeah, making it quick. Still only 43 seconds really elapsing in this game so far. And rotating back, looking for something. Gababy does get a demo. Yags has to stall there for the backflip. And looking to get a touch pass. Now look for the demo. Does rotate out of the play. Rick for shot. Does get disrupted by Gababy. Gababy gets 50'd out by Doom. The balls are lingering over on the orange side out to the corner. Yags does get a double touch. The drift of the demo. A lot of demoing here. Yags might be looking to get over one. Just get the fakes. The Hydra's there to recover a little bit. Keep the ball in the corner. Maybe getting the pass up the middle. Doesn't quite get the touch they're looking for. Yags might have the second. They also don't quite get it, but a drift is going to keep it in here. And it's just going to be sent right back around the corner. Looking for the same sort of setup from Gababy.
Ball gets played over Yags. Gababy ready to take the dribble up the field. Only going to get one shot on goal. No on-turn shots on goal. Both teams pretty even, 4-5. Slight lead by Barracudas. Rick puts a shot onto the goal and a save from Gababy. Things getting a bit more competitive here in the lower bracket finals.
Gababy now at the back pass, stealing all the boost. Does get demoed by Rick. Rick manages to keep it in front of the goal here. There's Gababy. An absolute banger out to the blue corners. The Hydra playing around him. The drift once again. The back pass. The Hydra looking to get the preemptive jump. The pinch. Almost a really good passing play out from Yags and Drift. Out about 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. The Drift might be looking for something here. It does get disrupted. And there's Gababy off the 50 at the top of the car. Getting to a goal.
Unfortunate mistiming by Doom. All of them also had no boost, so they really couldn't make any plays there whatsoever. Even if they had made contact with the ball, I doubt that it would have had enough velocity for it to really make that much of a difference for the Barracudas.
Yeah. Ooh, Rick
nice
pass.
redirect.
Uh-oh.
Shot on goal. Gababy pushed off to the sides. Saved by Zydra.
Oh, a little bit of pull shot from, I believe, one of the blue defenders onto the touch of Yags. Rick looking for a shot. Gets barely saved by Gababy. Now Gababy with the in and out. Doom still trying to get this pass on the midfield here at the backboard. Zydra quick to follow up. Drift now off the sidewall here. Gets one touch. Looking for a little bit of musty. Doesn't quite get it, though. Gets played around. Rick now has control. Doom looking for the demo. Trying to fake out. Gababy does get it, but Yags is quick to be on top of that ball and get the save here. Now as the Hydra's elevated. Doesn't quite get it. Drift missed the touches as well. Doom getting the self-pass off the corner wall here. The Drift and Yags probably looking for some type of play to connect. Yags with one flip reset. Does get disrupted by Rick. Gababy was the last one of the defensive third. This might be dangerous for the Barracudas, and there's Doom. A little bit of a Doomsy dish over the head of the goal. Not exactly a Doomsy dish.
Still within the realm of possibility here.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a nice dunk, just perfectly aimed. A few pixels up, that would have bounced off the crossbar. So well done by the Lynxes, keeping this competitive. Next kickoff. Off the wall. Shot towards goal by Yags. But it's not really centered. In fact, it's a back pass to his own goal. Still keeps a bit of side control going for the Lynxes. But now, and Doom, another shot.
Oh, this saved by a Drift though. Rick to follow up, doesn't quite get the shot on net. There was Gababy and Drift committed to the goal line save. Not entirely needed though. Yags and a Drift did double commit on that. Yags get the bump on Doom, leaving Gababy a lot of free room to work with. Gets one flip reset, disrupted by Rick. Definitely a force to be dealt with in this back half. Doom is in the backfield. Gets the touch and keeps this game one tied up.
A nice win by him on that 50. With that little bit of extra speed and boost, he gets to it beforehand. Has a wide open shot on goal. Doesn't whip it off to the side. Even sometimes when you would think that a goal is wide open, you'd be surprised by how many times we see a wide shot.
Oh.
Last minute shot by a Drift to try to end this before overtime. But Rick is going to keep this all competitive and driven into overtime. Decided.
Off the kickoff. Drift has control. It's the Hydra. Rotating out just a little bit. Rick does get the demo here. Leaves up to Yags. Yags is going to get one touch, but quickly off. A Drift off as well. Doom getting one touch towards the net. It's off to Gababy. Does get a 50 that goes up to the corner there. A good place for them to play safe in terms of defense. Rick's elevated. Gets one touch looking for the pinch off the wall. Does get it. Messes up a little bit. There's Doom. Quick to follow up. Showing up in a big way. Getting these last 3 goals for the Lynx and gives them game 1 right now.
Well, that's an exciting start for the Lynxes. Adrift really doing well, but I really have to hand it to kind of Doom, who really had 2 unexpected goals. He was kind of the one who brought them back into the mix. Despite the Lynx being kind of down 2 in the early game, they managed to rally back. And we can see the overall stats here for the game. Adrift, definitely by a large margin, the fastest one on the field. There isn't anyone that really comes close to him.
Yeah, and sort of just looking at a lot of demos on the side of Adrift as well, which kind of correlates to the speed of it all. If you're moving fast, any contact you made of the car is just going to be, you know, a demo in the back of it. But that's a good thing to see for the Lynx, honestly, taking game 1. I think that sort of puts the Barracudas on a back foot here and hopefully sort of shakes them up a little bit and keeps this series competitive.
Well, the coaches have been working with the Barracudas on maintaining focus, not trying to get too sidetracked on revenge, and that kind of is the word that we're kind of thinking of for this match, because these 2 teams faced each other in the final. Barracudas kind of seeming like they were expecting just kind of an easy walk to the finals, almost as if it was a guarantee, and Lynxes were the ultimate spoilers to that plan.
And even past the Lynx as well, the Wolves, and if they're sort of having an issue with the Lynx right now, the Wolves are the ones that send the Lynx down to the lower bracket as well. So, you know, they can't get too sidetracked or focused or tunnel visioned on winning this game with the Lynx.
Drift gets demoed, starting things right off the bat with some play by Doom, excuse me.
Doom getting one touch off the sidewall here. There's Rick to follow up. Rick doesn't quite get the touch looking for. Adrift looking for the second touch. Does in fact get it. Not a whole lot of power or speed off that. Doom now keeping the soft touch there. Has the follow up 50. Drift was looking for the second touch there. Didn't quite get it. Rick also with the read off the corner. Not very close. There's the Hydra with the shot off the sidewall. And there's no rotation for the Barracudas. And that's the Lynx taking goal number 1 for this game. Yeah, getting a really good read from Zahydra right there.
See if the Barracudas can bring this back. Next kickoff. Yags has control of it, and Zydra whiffs on that steal, but it's still a bunch of side control given over to the Lynx, as no real clear has come out quite yet in the double commit from the Barracudas. One from the Lynxes as well, but it's going to drive the ball off to the side.
Now Yags has one flip reset, does get a little bit of fake there and a drift. Getting a really good pinch at the corner of this goal here, sends it right back up. Really unsavable by anybody on this rotation, especially Rick, who's cutting off that sidewall piece there. Scoreline being evened out 1-1 with about sub 4 minutes here.
Shot off the backboard, attempted follow-up. Doom gonna get a double touch. Drift trying to stop it. Rick keeps the pressure on Barracudas. Nice shot by Doom.
Wow.
Beautifully placed.
Yeah, you can sort of see that from the player's point of view there. As these three Barracuda players just sort of struggle to get a footing back on the net. For any defensive play, Doom just puts his perfect shot top left bins and puts the Lynx ahead of the Barracudas right now.
Zydra a bit more adept on cheating the kickoff and sets it up for Doom again. 2-goal lead for the Lynxes.
Really good start for the Lynx here. Finding a way to disrupt the Barracudas and finding the gaps in the rotation, so to speak, in their armor as well. And quite honestly, we haven't seen a team put a lot of pressure on the Barracudas defensively like this before, so it might be a little bit of shock to the Barracudas to see a team retaliate like this. Now Drip, looking for the pass, didn't quite get it. Here goes there, disrupt Gababy. Now off the boom to the back wall there. Does get cleared out. Rick does get a beat on Yags there. Looking for a secondary fall, doesn't quite get it. Now there's Doom. Does get a 50, goes to their corner here. Somebody's going to have to make a read. Well, a successful read by a blue defender. Two defenders on the side. The Barracudas are back. Doom with the pass on the backboard there. Nobody quite in position. Yags have to make an emergency touch there. Now in the midfield, a Drift having a lot of free room. There's the Hydra, the pass to Rick. Rick with the shot, the sidewall. There might be a follow-up. Doom attempted to get it. There's the Hydra. The shot off the crossbar. And they're not going to quite find it here. But a valiant attempt from the Lynx nonetheless.
Doom pass back over to midfield. Yags moves up the wall. Around the corner. Centering denied by Zydra. Gababy, though, follow-up. Quickly returned by Lynxes. Back over to mid. Yags sets it up for a Drift, and a Drift isn't able to get any sort of shot on goal from that one. Now Rick chasing the ball back over to the other side, but runs right around Gababy, and so that's going to give free possession back over to the Barracudas. Things still work out for the Lynxes, however. Side control has been pretty darn in their favor for this game.
So far it's not had a whole lot of resistance from the Barracudas, but just as I say that, they're going to put another one on the board here, keeping this game at a 1-goal lead for the side of the Lynx here. About a minute, 17 seconds left. Lynx has got to find a defensive way to keep the Barracudas off getting too much momentum, or keep their offensive roaring as well on all cylinders. Oh wow, Zydra making a really good save there. That's exactly what they're looking for, but can't stay on the defense for too long as the Drift's going to take a shot as well. Now they're in dangerous position as there really is not a whole lot of good positioning for the Lynx. A lot of their players are awkward and low on boosts right now. Rick making a last-second touch, trying to get anything they can. Doom's now elevated, a little bit of soft touch and a shot on net. Now a Drift taking off the corner piece here. Yak trying to get ahead of the ball, looking for a pass here. Gababy gets one touch. The pass out to the side is not going to avail to anything. As Yags is not quite in the position to do anything with that. There's Doom getting a 50. Gets a little bit of pinch with the teammate there. Last 30 seconds wind down. Kababy looking to get anything here, and there's a quick stop as a Hydra in the midfield.
One demo's going to be traded for another. Now both teams back have full players. Rick has to save this one. Oh, that's a very crucial whiff by Kababy.
Uh-oh.
One last chance here. They both whiff on the save. Are you kidding me? Oh, and they just barely get away with that.
They are so lucky in that final, you know, like those final 25 seconds, it sort of looked like the Lynx started collapsing almost. They did not look as good as they, or as unified as they once were in the beginning of the game, and they cannot be doing that if they want to close out this, you know, game 3-wise, or the Barracudas are going to quickly tear them apart.
Normally, you can see there kind of in our speed averages for each player, you see Zydra especially only at 48 miles per hour, rather low. And that kind of, you know, there was so much time in that final minute where a lot of them didn't have any boost and were caught in awkward positions.
And that's probably also a trading factor as well as the Hydra being a second man and a third man most often of the time. I didn't see the Hydra taking a lot of shots. I saw that honestly from Doom being a really aggressive player. And that's not necessarily a bad thing to have one player that's sort of the focal point of your offense. But I'm more worried about those final 25 seconds. That was scary for the Lynx there, and that was going to be a goal there. If the Barracudas had like 3 more seconds, somebody, I think it was either a Drift or Yags. I think a Drift was the one to put the shot on the backboard there. It was either going to be Yags or Kababy that was going to be quick to follow up on that ball and tie it up. So they just can't make that same repeat. They cannot.
For the Barracudas, it's going to have to be a reverse sweep to bring this back and get into the grand finals to face up against the Wolves, who have been patiently waiting all this week, and we will get to them next week to see how all their practice has been going. But for now, let's get back into Lynxes versus Barracudas, Game 3 of this best-of-5. Lynxes at match point. And off we go. Rick is going to follow up on that kickoff, setting in a good position now for the Lynx to start off.
A little bit of a name change. Adrift with ice, I imagine they're talking about. If they have, or if they're cold with that. I hope it's cold and not jewelry part. Now Adrift. Stop a Kababy a little bit there. Oh, I see. It's because the alpha cap.
The alpha cap.
Okay.
Someone's showing off.
That's a lot of money to spend right there on alpha cap right there. Got to show off that they got to prove it was all worth it. Most definitely doing it.
If that goal hadn't been scored, as you were talking about all the money spent on the alpha cap. Yeah.
Beating out 2 defenders there. Maybe it's a buff. Maybe the alpha cap gives you a buff.
Well, Yanks is going to win that kickoff to start things up.
Oh. Guys looking for the pre-flip angle there. Didn't quite find it, though, but Doom just sort of getting bumped around here. Now we get their bearings right. Now it's up to Kababy. Does get demoed as they get the touch nonetheless. Now the bad touch off the corner wall puts the Hydra in a bad position, but able to save the ball nonetheless. The Hydra once again called upon to save the ball in front of the scoreline. Does indeed do it. Now we're in the midfield here. Here's the Hydra with the shot. Almost a pretty good position there, a little more elevated. It might have been a goal. Drift getting a touch to the backboard there. Now might have the shot. Drift slowing it down a little bit. The Hydra does get a touch. Rick with no boost has to rotate all the way back. In fact, a Lynx team with no boost. It's not good for them to see, especially with the Yags and the Drift having a lot of boost. And there's a Drift with the flip reset. Isn't going to find it. There's Doom trying to get a beat here. Kababy sending it off to the corner, barely getting that touch. Pass out to the midfield. Stopped a little bit with the Hydra with the shot. Is denied. Yags with the flick. Doom now making it have to really calculate it. Wow! Doom coming in clutch those past 5 seconds.
Doom, another shot on goal. Problem for Lynx is they have one person rotating back, but it's Not going to be too much of a problem as Rick manages to stand strong. Gets a save. Gababy puts another shot back toward the goal. Doom has control of it. Just moves right around a drift. Trying to think of his next. He's going to flick it into the wall to play off of it. Fortunately for him, Zydra is a bit late on that follow-up.
Zydra just trying to do something. Doom with a little bit of a bang, trying to get over Gababy's head. Didn't quite get it, though. Here's Rick now, trying to go for the 50. I would get it now. Yags banging it, looking for a backward pass. There's a drift, looking for the angle, doesn't quite get it. Doom's next to follow up here, getting a 50, still stick with the ball. A drift does disrupt it. Yags with the shot, the backboard, looking for a touchdown. Doesn't get it, but a drift is still there. And now with about under 2 minutes left here in the game, 2-0. The Lynx have yet to find anything to put them on the board here. And they've had some stellar saves, but they've got to be proactive here, not reactive.
Rick is able to beat Barracudas in that 50, but things change quite quickly after the kickoff. But this is a good play I like seeing here by Doom. Trying to take it over, but it is answered back by the Barracudas, all of which are kind of bunched up, but they're just going to demo 2 of the goalies. But Yags finds himself at an awkward angle, so it gives enough time for Rick to be able to clear it out for the Lynxes. Drift tries to set it up, but the pass isn't to anybody, so Doom takes it.
Rick might have a free shot here. Oh, hitting the crossbar. You're definitely going to be kicking yourself in the back for later in that series if they're not able to close it out here. But Zahadra's shot blocked out by Gababy. Drift trying to keep control of it here. Rick once again trying to redeem himself. Does get the bump. Gababy, this could be the one. Zahydra does get the 50, leaves in front. Now really big overcommit from the side of the Lynx here as they wind down the last under a minute. They've got to quickly find a goal here to give themselves some real hope to staying in this game. Gababy looking for a second touch, does get it indeed. Rick trying to get it past Yag. Doom's now the one to follow up. Gababy being the defensive player to look to for the side of the Barracudas. At least the last 30 seconds down, the Lynx have to do something here. They have to do it fast.
Rick and Zydra both demoed. Another demo onto Zydra. A demo-heavy focus by the Barracudas might just win it for them in Game 3 on a pure player advantage. Doom is going to try something in the last second, and Gababy with the save keeps Barracudas in the lead. I would say at this point there's nothing the Lynx can do but just try to roll it on over into Game 4.
Last final second, 600 ball touches ground. That is all they wrote.
Well, overall, again, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured Rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. So, man, I mean, if you really think about it, you know, that's got to be, not to really, you don't want to call out a specific player, but I think that one riff by Rick on the open goal is going to be the main thing that the Lynx is, you know, it's a whole different mentality if you're only 1 goal away than 2. Who knows what could have gone on for there. Although that isn't the player's job to look back at specific instances like that. You got to keep looking forward.
Yep. No, yeah, you definitely, you cannot hang yourself on that one missed attempt. It ruins your mental if you do that. It ruins the mental of other players as well if you bring yourself down. And not only in your head as well. I know a lot of players, and not to, once again, this sort of assumption-wise, but sort of as a general observation I've had, a lot of players tend to either sort of just they do move on and they carry about it, or they carry it by themselves and let it drag them down, or they're really over-apologetic to their team. And once again, you know, just sort of as we talked about, you just got to be able to just sweep over it, throw it under the rug, and you move on. You have them at game point. Don't panic. Don't overextend. Do your job that you need to do here, and everything else will come around.
Well, that's what the coaches have been stressing with the Lynx, that if they keep trusting their teammates and working to put each other in the best situation, they can make it back to the grand finals. It's just a matter of not getting too sidetracked as we head into Game 4.
Drift still with the ice here. Doom with the free shot, puts in a really good spot. And that's exactly what the Lynx need, an early lead. Setting the tone here. Here's Doom finding really good rotation. That demo actually is really unfortunate. If Yags would have respawned on the other side, that might have been a different story in terms of saving that ball, but really good timing, really good positioning, a well-placed shot.
Doom following up on the kickoff, finds himself in an awkward position though, between two Barracudas, but he could take a shot on goal, but he doesn't have the boost to make it a quick enough shot.
With a 50. Yags looking for a pass out of the middle or looking to set something up. It's disrupted by Rick. Doom is now elevated, looking for something. Gababy misses the read. This could be a shot by Zahydra, was blocked out by Drift. Now Drift looking for probably a pass or a disrupt. Doom, the backboard defense is going to stop it all. Yags looking for a pinch in the sidewall to slow it all down for his team. Does get a demo on Doom anyway. That is the Lynx top scorer in terms of ability to put the ball in the net, and there it is. A no boost Yags is not able to make the save as Doom's quick enough off the sidewall here to recover. Off the demo nonetheless.
Doom definitely looking for an MVP type recognition.
Sidewall here at Drift. Looking for the clear, does get stopped out by Doom. Gababy trying to recenter off the sidewall here. Yags is going to touch. Gababy looking to follow up here, doesn't quite get it. Doom's the pinch off the sidewall here. Touches off the ceiling. Adrift going to be looking for a carry. Does almost get bumped off, but now Rick's the only one there. Does get a touch, keeps it up in the air, but sends it over to the corner. Now it's Yags turning with the shot on net. It's going to get past two Lynx defenders here. Kind of shortening this this goal that the Lynx set up for themselves so early.
I think that's also a consequence of it's just we're seeing some resource management issues from the Lynxes here. Doom didn't have any boost to elevate up fast enough. So they got to be watching how fast they're using their boost, and if they can make plays like that, it just goes off to the side into the post.
Got to shut down that play fast. The Hydra making a miscommit is lucky. Doom's there to quickly save it out. Now Gababy getting the reset off the wall there. Getting to 50 with the Hydra. Doom's missed the touch, but Drift actually gets bumped out, not able to make the touch. There's a demo by Rick onto Yags, and Adrift gets the revenge demo. Off the ceiling, straight down. Adrift is able to make the proper read for it. Now it's Doom. Gets the 100 boost, doesn't quite get the read. Now there's a shot on net, saved by Zahydra. Taking two of the Lynx defenders to make that play. Gababy slowing it down a little bit. Oh, there's the Hydra trying to get the bump. Doesn't quite get it though.
Nice contest by Rick to get a shot back over toward Barracuda's goal, but another risky situation for the Lynxes. They've been on the back foot basically for the past 2 minutes. Of only a 1-goal lead to try. Rick is gonna, just goes flying right past it. Unfortunate.
Really big demo by Gababy. It really does look like there's sort of a level of panic coming from the offense that is the Lynx offense, because right there, Rick you take a second there and you see that Doom is open on the other side of the net, and you get this cross path. Nobody has the momentum to get to that ball quick enough, and Doom probably has an 80% chance to score that ball there, but this panic doesn't quite let them do that. And there's Yags getting a beautiful double touch off the backboard here, setting up Adrift with a nice little easy goal.
Again, another situation of Doom finding himself right in the middle of the goal, no boost whatsoever to jump up with, and finding himself flat-footed.
in a mere 25 seconds, the Barracudas have managed to put themselves in the lead here. At least that's what it feels like. Maybe now with control a little bit of the ball as the Hydra missing the ball as the Drift's going to play it around. Does get bumped off nonetheless. Here's a ceiling. Does get the flip reset. Looking for a back pass here. Gababy elevates. Not going to be able to do anything too dangerous with this. Now Rick does get 50'd off. The ball's still in the danger zone here. So Hydra trying to do something with it. Isn't quite able to do it. The Drift takes a wider angle. Does stop. Slows it down. It gets the ball for Rick. This is going to be a goal for the Barracudas. And slowly but surely, the Barracudas are just picking apart this Lynx defense. Which is exactly what I talked about in Game 3. That they can't get into this panic situation.
Shoe commit from the Barracudas on the kickoff and results in a demo onto Zydra. 1 minute left. Rick tries to take it above the Barracudas, but they're still managed to get enough of a tap on it that they're able to stop the clear. Gababy clearing out the goal with a demo onto Zydra.
For the fall, might be a shot by Doom, a little bit too far overhead. Doom trying to get the bump on Gababy. Rick, the shot on the cross wall there. Now all three Barracuda offense is dedicated. Doom to get the demo out of Drift. Gababy has always been this reliable third man, sort of. I almost see every defensive play I feel like is by Gababy, and just sort of leaving the offensive plays to a Drift and Yags. This could be their chance to counterattack here. Rick does get demo, put themselves in position to do something about it, but as the final second winds down, it looks like we're going to be going to a Game 5. As the Barracudas are on the cusp of getting a reverse sweep here.
It really is unfortunate because, you know, there have been times where Doom has kind of missed the goal, as I pointed out, but Doom has also been the main playmaker for the Lynxes, and he's had really great moments. I mean, easily, you know, in terms of activity feed, where he is on demos and overall saves. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with on the Lynxes. It's just kind of a matter of him trying to make sure that he has the resources that he needs to make those plays.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I talk about in terms of resources as well. Is Rick sort of taking a second to really slow down and analyze the situation for what it was, jumping off the sidewall there. You have the boost to do it, but I feel like they panic thinking, oh, there's an open net, I need to shoot it here. And they don't see out of the corner of their eye. Like they have the time. It's not a situation if somebody's on the ball, I have to be really quick to react and get the 50 to win the 50. Nobody's there. They're shadowing you. They're not pressuring you at all there. And you either do a play for the 50, slow it down, and I think the Barracudas did that beautifully as well. When the Drift kind of gets his touch, widens out a little bit, realizing they have time, gets the fake, then gets the flick over one. You know, sort of if the Lynx end up doing that, not panicking on offense and defense, I think they have a chance to close this series up.
Well, we'll see if that is the case. Lynx is still trying to hold on for dear life as the Barracudas are rallying back to a potential reverse sweep in this match. See who is going to go on to the grand finals next week to face off against the Wolves.
At the start, a Drift getting it past one. There's a Doom that's solo in net and not able to do anything about it. That's going to be a goal easily scored for Drift there. Good heads-up play getting around to Hydra.
Quick start for the Barracudas, but still plenty of game left to play. Inside, oh! Unfortunate whiff by Doom. He goes flying past it. Recovers, though, and still pushes it off to the corner. Back to midfield. Yikes, has an opportunity. Oh! Almost looked like the Lynxes were a bit too far up with no one on back post. They still managed to get away with that one, but not that one.
There's Gababy just sort of Getting a perfect little pop pass up, and with nobody in net, sort of really aggressing here, and Rick committing to this early challenge in the midfield when you're underneath the ball. Sets up nobody to properly save it. And the Barracudas go up with an early 2-goal lead. There's Doom with a really good offensive demo there. Slowing the ball down. Hopefully Zahidra can get a shot. Zahidra does get a shot. It's saved by Gababy. And Rick does not make a turnaround quick enough to make a commit and gets caught out of rotation there. Maybe a little bit of connection issue as Doom's going to leave here. And yeah, there's Rick that doesn't make a commit fast enough on that ball and decides to turn around at the last second, getting a really bad timing there.
And this
Zahidra and Rick are sort of just going at this 2v3 as Doom is no longer on the field.
And we expect one of the Barracudas, maybe just given the circumstances. Wow, I mean, you gotta hand it to Rick there. Almost getting a goal, despite finding himself short a teammate. He's gonna find another save.
Now Rick elevating, show off a little bit of mechanical ability. Getting a good carry, gets the pinch off the sidewall here. In the demo, but it's all for naught because without that third man, it becomes such a harder game to play against 3 other players, and unfortunately Zahidra overcommits and they're caught out dead in the water in a 4-0 goal line with 3 minutes left here. It's looking like it's going to be quite the uphill battle for the remainder offensive players on the Lynx, but just like that, a good kickoff goal.
Oh, dude, we get to see it right from Zydra's perspective. Rick sets it up for him. He's great on that cheat for the kickoff. That was beautifully played by the Lynxes. It's going to put them back to 3 goals down. And try it again, but Yags gets the better of that one.
Ref getting a pop over 1. Looking for something there, doesn't quite get it. That's up as a Hydra. Yags getting a 50, keeping it in the corner here. Rick now at the touch. Sends it over to the other side. A drift looking for the 100 boost here and looking to get it clear. And a dribble does get it, looking for a pass over Yags. Yags nonetheless bumps off. Looking for a pinch. Ooh, and before Rick can even start the solo play, gets demoed out.
Drift setting it up, and the ball's going to head back. Two minutes left. Now, I would just say, you know, with as much as the Barracudas were happy earlier on in the tournament to have people sit out, I would think just given the circumstances, it would probably be the sportsmanlike thing to have one person sit it out this time, but apparently that's just not on the table.
Nah, not in the cards. Not in the cards anymore.
Listen, when you got the alpha hat to show off, you need to play mercilessly.
Exactly. You got a reputation to maintain. Actually, I don't see Gababy on the field, actually.
Which actually is nice now. I actually do appreciate this. So, nice job. I called him out and they kind of rose to it. Adrift is still going to be able to score the goal, but huge props to Barracudas.
Yeah, playing a little bit of honor morality, keeping that 2v2, especially with Doom not showing back up. Oh, there it is. There's Doom's back. The minute 23 seconds, I questioned how much Doom can really change, especially with the 4-goal lead and Yags doing a little bit of pogo bounce. Just like that, Gababy's back with it. The Lynx do manage to stop that deadly offensive attempt by the Barracudas.
Ball heads back to midfield. 1 minute left. Adrift with the pass over to Yags off in the corner. Back across the field toward mid. 45 seconds left.
Oh. Oh. And there's Doom looking for the pass out. Just a little bit too fast of a pass, but Rick is there. Does get 50 down nonetheless. The Hydra looking for a pinch down. Was going to be Doom's ball, but gets demoed by a drift here. And Zahydra was sort of the self-back pass. Rick forced the half flip. Zahydra with control of the ball. Now Yags getting a little bit too high over the ball. Trying to get another touch. Doesn't quite get it, but a drift is there to quickly follow up. And as these last 6 seconds kind of wind down, it looks like it's going to be the reverse sweep held up by the Barracudas. What a loser's grand final we got.
Well, don't forget to sign up for the DMV area LAN event. The Gauntlet Games are coming to Shenandoah Valley Saturday, February 11th, so just 3 days from now. Winners compete for $500 in cash and bragging rights to be in the Rumble. It is going to be great fun with TikTok giving out prizes. The win team is going to be invited to compete on the Rebel stage, so if you live in Virginia, Maryland, or the greater DC metro area, sign up for the February Gauntlet Games at esportstower.com/GG. Free food, free training from Esports Tower, and some chance to take home some great prizes. All right, so now's the time where we give an ultimate nod to a player of the game. I would have to just kind of be on a pure principle level, give it out to either of the Lynxes who's still stayed. You know, that can be a bit discouraging, whether it's a disconnect issue or something else. You know, you're in 2 and 3 situations for them to not only keep playing on, but score a goal. You know, a Rick or a Drift. I would give it to either of them.
I think I'm going to stick it with the. I could see very much a Drift or Yags winning it in the end, but I think also Doom would be a good pick as well. I think just Doom was sort of like a heart, the offensive side for the Lynx, and just gave them the ability to stick in it for so much longer than they had, and really the ability to. And I just got to give it to Drift for sticking it out and being an offensive player of the game.
Well, now let's see who the nod has been given to for player of the game. And it is going to be given over to a Drift who...
Hey, you must be twins disguised.
You would think so. I'm sure that's how it works out.
You never know. You know, one of our club players actually has a twin on the Rocket League team.
There's a lot of opportunity for shenanigans and fooling people.
Just saying, it's an opportunity. It's a chance.
Well, tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Esports Tower. If you want to hone your skills and prove you have what it takes to play at the next level, then head over to esportstower.com and sign up to be a part of the action. Adrift, question mark, is your player of the game for tonight's Esports Tower broadcast. Well, do you have any final thoughts, Colin, to wrap things up?
No, just looking forward to the final grand finals game with the Wolves. I saw how much of a fight the Lynx put up, and you know, the Wolves were able to put the Lynx down the lower bracket. So I'm really looking forward to what the Wolves are going to offer, and if the Barracudas can rally back and take it all from the losers, going down to the bottom, going all the way up, or if the Wolves are going to keep it all.
Well, the Barracudas made their way through the lower bracket, setting up a showdown for the Wolves for the grand finals, which will take place next week at the same time. So be sure to join us next Wednesday to find out how everything is going to go. We'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game brought to you by Esports Tower. Sign-ups now available for the Esports Tower League, so join our free starter club for Rocket League and start improving your skills right now. Head over to esportstower.com. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Enjoy your top 5 plays. Back over toward area, picks up boost, stolen away by Adrift. Pop is going to stop the center, but he's played around. Yags whiffs on that shot, however, ball is too high. Gababy waiting, and they're going to find it with some help from Adrift.
That was, you know, that was a little better. That looked a little more coordinated.
Hands safe against it.
cut it off. Stays there when they're here, looking for the demo. Doesn't in fact get it. And with no Ethers selfless first man to take the positioning there, State was just left all alone and got sent to the respawn screen and could do nothing about that.
What's going on with these teams right now?
Yeah, that was very weird to see the Barracudas take that defensive position
look at
there.
that! I mean, Pop is going to be able to bail them out, but another double commit for the Stingrays.
I understand the reason why for the side of Barracudas and Yags. Misses the commit in the air. And Driftso trying to stick with the ball. Maybe getting to 50, leaves it up midfield. There's a shot by Area and assisted by Yags looking for a clear.
Gonna bring it up to 4.
Anyway, that is the Lynx top scorer in terms of ability to put the ball in the net. And there it is. A no-boost Yags is not able to make the save as Doom's quick enough off the sidewall here to recover. Off the demo nonetheless.